Grace and peace, family. Hope everybody's feeling blessed today. All right. So, the topic that I was going to download on today was about perceptions and how people make perceptions and push projections on others based on their own insecurities. Now, why was this coming up? From what I could see in my mind's eye, a lot of people come up with these obscene ideas as to who they think I am. And it's mainly because I operate out of a level of kindness that many people don't see in a lifetime. So when they come in contact with me, they find it very hard to believe that I am kind. That there has to be some sort of facade going on. That person's not really like that. They're definitely trying to deceive me in some way. And I will say I get that a lot. A lot of people, they give me the raised eyebrows as soon as they meet me because they're not sure how to navigate my personality. And I understand that very well, especially if you are an anomaly and you've never, had seen someone actually operate out of kindness just because they want to, not because they want something. Now, for me, I could care less how it is perceived, especially by the wrong people. But there's definitely a reason why the Holy Spirit wanted me to touch on this, so we just gonna get to it. Now, when it comes to operating out of kindness, for me, it is a personal decision. It is one that I make every single day. And it's not because of how it affects someone else. It's because it legitimately brings me joy when I can be kind to someone else, especially when it catches them off guard or it makes their day inadvertently. Now, with the projections and the perceptions of others, I will say, you not being able to receive someone else's kindness or someone else's love says more about you than it does the person offering it to you. And I'm going to explain why. When someone offers you a compliment and you assume that it's a backhanded compliment or that they didn't really want to give it to you or that no, they can't possibly feel that way about you, unfortunately, these are all thoughts you have about you. This is how you feel about yourself. So when someone offers you a compliment that says otherwise, you can't believe it. Now, that doesn't mean it's not true. It means it's not true in your mind. So when someone says they like your hair, and you know that you've had better hairstyles, but this is not even it, but they like it, and you're like, nah, that's shade. No, they could legitimately like your hair because they feel like the less that you did made you actually look more authentic and look more genuine to you. That not doing the extra work made your day better for that moment. Whatever the reason is, you learn to accept the compliments and the love that's being projected on you. We're supposed to. Me giving a compliment to someone does not remove anything from myself. As a matter of fact, I pay a compliment forward to myself because it nets me good dharma. Every time I show gratitude to someone, every time I tell someone that they are worthy, that they're worth everything, that is a good reflection on myself. It also is a reflection of what my heart's purity really is. I have no reason to give a compliment if one's not owed. So if I'm offering it, instead of offering a backhanded compliment, I could offer nothing at all. It's always a choice. Now, how you choose to receive that is also a choice. That calls for you to do some self-reflection. Why is it that when someone tells me something I didn't expect about myself, it makes me feel more uncomfortable? Why is it? Do I feel that compliment did not fit me, or no, they couldn't mean it? Is that how I feel about me? Everything that happens outside of you is a reflection of inside of you. So you should always double check with your soul, your nervous system, your mental, your heart space to find out where your alignment really is when it comes to yourself. I have a story about one time riding the subway, and I'm on the subway with my dog, and this woman gets on 2 stops later. She sits across from me. We're about 3 more stops in, and she pulls out a lighter and something else in her hand, and she's about to light it up. Now, I look at her and I say, excuse me, you're not about to like that, are you? And she says, yes, I need to, so it is what it is. She was prepared for the fight. She thought I was going to tell her about herself, you better not do X, Y, and Z. No. I asked her, you need to? And she said, yes, I need this. And I was like, well, why? Now that follow-up question, I seen it all over her face, like, you're, what? She said, well, it's the only thing that helps me. I said, well, how does it help you? She goes on to explain that she's been doing it since she was about 15. She's been on the street since that time. Her mother kicked her out because her mother assumed something about a boyfriend that was happening, and she had nowhere to go. She ended up on the streets, and this drug became comfort. And after speaking with her, she completely told me her story, and I was just like, wow, it's a powerful story. And I offered her an apology. And that apology really took her back. She was like, well, why are you apologizing to me? And I was like, well, I apologize on behalf of all those people who did not. All of the ones who took advantage of you. Every single last person who didn't see you for who you were. For you having to find a way to comfort yourself. And your last resort was this drug, and that you have this, and now you're battling this demon. And all you ever wanted was to be loved, comforted, and accepted. And that explanation caused this woman to break down into tears. And all she could say was thank you. And I told her, this is an apology from me. It's really an apology on behalf of every single last person who hurt you. Because you deserve to be treated properly. Needless to say, my stop came and I got off. She never once had a chance to light that up. But it was the kindness in that moment that helped her see herself for a second. This is also an issue we have with our homeless population, especially in New York City. We treat the homeless as if they are less than people, as if they are degenerates and unworthy of even respect. When a lot of times these people have landed into these situations because life happened. Decisions were made on their behalf and by them that ended them in situations that they don't even know how to get themselves out of. A lot of them have mental disorders that were never diagnosed. They dropped out of school because they couldn't learn properly, but no one knew that this person needed help. And everyone overlooked them. And then they became homeless, and they're still being overlooked. And a lot of times it takes one person to see them, for them to realize you're not a homeless person. You're a person, nonetheless. It also takes a lot for us to realize that they're no different from us. All it takes is one bad decision to end up in a situation that you feel you're at rock bottom. So where you may not feel like, oh, I'm not a homeless drunk. If you drink alcohol, you do drink. That just makes you a functional alcoholic. If you do any drug, you smoke weed, you smoke cigarettes, you do a drug. All it takes is for you to be more dependent on that drug than the things you see around yourself. And believe it or not, those are addictions too. Sometimes we are addicted to how we make things look. The perception we give off that we have everything all together. That's a facade as well. So it's important for you to really check in with how you feel about yourself. And if you actually portray that in real life. Because if you can't accept something as small as a compliment from someone who's just being genuine, who's being kind, that says a lot about how you feel about you. And you're no different from the person who doesn't feel anything anymore because they turn to substances to give them comfort. All right, y'all. Love and light and peace.